For about the first 6 months to a year of life, a baby needs their mother's breast milk for nutrients. And joining today's Mid-Michigan Matters to talk about the importance of breastfeeding for National Breastfeeding Awareness Month is Sparrow lactation consultant Kristen Caverly. Thank you so much for joining today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you to talk about this, and it's important because we're raising life, right? Breastfeeding the babies. What is the importance of breastfeeding?
Well, the importance of breastfeeding is several things for both babies and mothers. Health benefits, immunity protection, all of those things.
All right, and why would you want to start breastfeeding earlier, perhaps rather than later? Would that have an effect on the baby?
You want to start breastfeeding or pumping as soon as you can after delivery, because there's a window right after the baby is born where you can establish your supply. Once you get too far out, there's a chance you might not be able to make any breast milk.
So you talk about breast milk helping with immunity and other health benefits with the children. Would you be able to expand on that?
Yes. So mother's breast milk has immunity in it that changes based on that mother's environment, which is also the baby's environment. So anything a mother gets exposed to, her body produces antibodies, puts those into the breast milk, and those are passed along to the baby.
Now, Kristen, you were telling me earlier you have 3 of your own children right there, and so raising children can be a handful sometimes. Are there any ways to ease breastfeeding on mothers and the baby when latching on?
Yes, I mean, latching isn't always as automatic as people think it is. So a lot of first-time mothers get very frustrated, but it's just important to keep in mind that successful breastfeeding can take weeks to establish. And a lot of moms become frustrated, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I always tell my patients at the hospital, you provide breast milk for as long as it makes you happy to do it.
Oh, I love that you touch on the happiness for the mother as well, right? It's a partnership, mother and child right there.
Yes.
For those mothers who might get a little frustrated or who are having complications breastfeeding, are there things they can do?
There are things that they can do. You know, breastfeeding isn't specifically at the breastfeeding. It can be exclusive pumping and just feeding the breast milk through a bottle. We can do a supplemental nursing system so that the baby can still breastfeed, but if mom's not getting a good supply, then that can be what provides the food. There's a lot of different options. It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yeah, well, that's great that there are so many different options. And Kristen, as we wrap up here, any resources people can check out with Sparrow to learn more?
At Sparrow, we have resources in both mother-baby and in the neonatal ICU where I work. And we also have an outpatient breastfeeding clinic in our professional building. And the WIC programs have a lot of great resources for moms out in the community.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining Mid-Michigan Matters and sharing all the beneficial ways to help mothers and their babies out there.
You're welcome.